You are with Wade, and this is Wade World. Today we're going to talk about something light-hearted, but something that also has an important message. And what we're going to talk about is why you shouldn't rate girls to their face. Alright, so what do I mean when I say you should not rate girls to their faces? It's very simple. To start off, and there are a lot more people who can explain all these concepts in more detail, and Wade is not interested in going into that. But the basic concept and a difference between men and women, and now I'm talking about the vast majority of men and the vast majority of girls. You being an exception doesn't negate the reality. So if you're an exception, you feel butthurt about it, tough, life is tough, toughen up, buttercup. But the vast majority of men process information first based on the reasonability of it, and then maybe based on the emotionality of it. The exception that you will see are usually low IQ men, like stupid men. The vast majority of women, regardless of IQ, process information first emotionally and almost never reasonably or rationally. What do I mean by this? It's very simple. If a normal man is fat or overweight, people tell him, like, yo, you're fat, lose some weight, fatty. Most of the time, he understands that they're trying to send him the message like, yo, you are unhealthy, this might not be good for you, it'll be better, you will look better, feel better if you lose the extra weight you have and get into good shape. So most of them, they'll joke around, maybe they'll, put some barbs back, but almost all reasonable men, they'll get it like, yeah, man, if a lot of people are telling me I'm fat, I might need to lose some weight because they're giving me good constructive feedback. If you tell a girl she's fat, you can expect a reaction everywhere from anger, which is the most common, the more lower IQ she is, or almost, the more spoiled she is, to straight out crying, breaking down crying. And this just shuts down, even if you're like, I was just joking, if you'd be like, I'm trying to help you, like, you could be so pretty, but if you need to lose some weight, you are fat, blah, lie. They can't get beyond the emotions. There are multiple reasons for this, the size of the brain, the hormonal volatility, and just the overall psychological structure of girls. And this is based on reality and science that has not been suppressed. All the study that you can cite, simple question, who funds these and how will they make money? If there is pretty much the most money is being made by lying to people and keeping them miserable. A happy person doesn't really generate a lot of money. So if you tell a girl she's fat, right, she's gonna be angry, she's gonna lash out, she's gonna call you names or insult you back. And if she's feminine and she's sweet, she'll probably just break down crying. And the reason simply, now there's no point in overanalyzing, because overanalysis itself is a disease which most people do not have the IQ for, and those who do have the IQ for it, it doesn't help them too much also, because it stops you from taking action. So they just process it. The simple fact is, again, women process things emotionally. So if you call her a fatty, she is just gonna never improve. And physically, it's a very important concept. This is the way nature has designed us. Girls are born with their value. Puberty hits, their value skyrockets, and the word is, it is actualizing. Men have to earn their value. Even if they're born with some value, they really have to earn it throughout their life. There are no exceptions. There are exceptions who will lie to you, but there are no exceptions. So when you criticize or give feedback to a girl on her appearance, this is an emotional creature that processes everything emotionally, and you're criticizing the thing that is most valuable that nature has endowed her with. The reaction and results are not going to be what you expect. Now, this is for the men who can understand it, and the very tiny minority of wise girls who can understand it, that you can't change it, because change requires willpower and a drive to improve, which is very rare. What you can do is, you can handle it. Ask any man who has successfully gotten the girl he's with to reduce her weight. And the common theme is, it starts off being indirect, it starts off being supportive and encouraging, and that's the way they improve. The pitfalls of this is that unless she develops psychologically and she really understands it mentally, this is not a sustainable solution. Because if your motivation doesn't come from within, then you are always going to revert back to a circle. So, the message for the wise men among you and the tiny minority of wise girls among you is that you have to approach girls when you are rating them or trying to help them with their appearance diplomatically. You have to try a couple of times, and then you have to observe whether that girl is going to take your feedback. This applies to men as well, by the way. But this is a video focusing on girls. And you will observe something disappointing, that the vast majority of girls will not take action, even if you talk to them politely. And that's all right. That is the second part of this message. You can lead a horse to water, but you cannot make it drink. You can show someone the path, but they have to take the path. And once you realize that your duty lies in guiding them to the path, but not dragging them on the path, your life will become easier. Think of it in terms of these big, major, macro, high-level concepts, which are very simple. Thinking about it? And now it makes sense, doesn't it? Why you shouldn't rate girls to their face. Until next time, keep it cool, keep it smart, and enjoy.